Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Splash Sports. Today is July 13th, 2024. Little recap on yesterday's performance. We ended up having a losing day there. We went 1-2. The Philadelphia Phillies had runners on in the first inning. Could not get the job done for our YRFI, but we smacked the NRFI in that Tampa Bay Rays game, and then we lost the NRFI in the Detroit Tigers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Paxton absolutely let us down there on Riley Green, giving up a hanging breaking ball, and Green hit a gap and scored 2 runs there. So went 1-2. Not a good day, not a winning day. We'll get back on track right here, and let's roll right into this. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game. Plain and simple, a NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those free plays, be sure to smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another video, you guys will be notified. All right, let's take a look here at Saturday's game. Starting off with game number 1, we got the Kansas City Royals taking on the Boston Red Sox. Here for the Kansas City Royals, they got Seth Lugo on the mound. He's 11-3 with 122 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 2.21 and 110 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and 30 earned runs for Seth Lugo on the season. He'll be matched up here in Boston against Crawford. He's 5-7 with 105 innings of work here. He does have a little higher end of an ERA, sitting at a 3.24 with 106 strikeouts, just over a strikeout here per inning, and 38 earned runs for Crawford. Crawford in his last outing got the win against the New York Yankees. Looked fantastic in that one, going 7 innings of work, only 4 hits and no earned runs. You look at Seth Lugo, he's coming off a loss to the Colorado Rockies, going 6 innings of work, 5 hits and 2 earned runs there. I know that Seth is going to compete in this game, especially competing against Crawford. This matchup's going to be an absolute rubber match here. And let's not forget what these Kansas City Royals did yesterday, jumping out on the Red Sox in the first inning, scoring in the top of the first there, and ended up winning that game 6-1. I absolutely love this to be a low-scoring game here. If not, the Boston Red Sox are going to explode later on Seth Lugo. Maybe Lugo runs into a little hiccup pitching at Fenway, but I absolutely love the NRFI no runs first inning to start this game off in game number 1 between the Kansas City Royals and the Boston Red Sox here. Let's roll into game number 2 between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Here for the Chicago Cubs, they got back Javier Assad on the mound. He's 4-3 with 83 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.04 here. 79 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and 28 earned runs for Javier on the season. He'll be matched up here in St. Louis versus Kyle Gibson, 7-3 on the season, 97 innings of work. Does have a higher end of an ERA, just under 4, sitting at a 3.96. 93 strikeouts. He too is under a strikeout per inning and 43 earned runs. Gibson is coming off his second win in a row against that Washington Nationals team, where he went 5 innings of work, 9 hits, and 3 earned runs. Still got the job done, and the St. Louis offense is starting to pick up pace here. You see what Paul Goldschmidt has been doing, producing runs and finally driving in runs at the top of the order. It's something Assad has to look out for, and Assad hasn't made a start here since June 23rd. He went on the injured list for forearm tightness. So we'll see what he could do. His last one, he pitched against the New York Mets, going 4.1 innings of work, 7 hits and 4 earned runs. Usually Assad gets off to good starts in ball games. He is coming back. Here's my only concern. I know Gibson's going to be ready, locked in, as he's been pitching very well as of lately. He's got a good fastball changeup and curveball mix going for him. And then Javier Assad, he's been lights out when he is healthy. We'll see if he can get the job done, but I still have faith in Assad. That's why in game number 2 between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals, we are also smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Let's roll into our third and final game between the Colorado Rockies taking on the New York Mets. Here for the Colorado Rockies, they got Ryan Feltner on the mound. He's 1-8 with 98 innings of work. Does have a high end of an ERA, sitting at a 5.29 here. 84 strikeouts and 58 earned runs for Ryan. He'll be matched up here in New York versus Christian Scott, who's 0-2, 39 innings of work, and ERA sitting at a 4.15, 30 strikeouts, and 18 earned runs. You look at what Scott did in his last performance against the Pittsburgh Pirates, went 5.1 innings of work, 1 hit, and 2 earned runs there. But let's not forget, Scott has 7 games started this season, has not picked up a win in those 7 starts. And then Feltner picked up his 8th loss of the season against the Cincinnati Reds, going 7 innings of work, 4 hits, and 1 earned run. Ryan looked good for the most part in his last couple starts. Just the offensive production for this Colorado Rockies team hasn't been there while he's on the rubber. But as of late, they've been hitting the baseball. And let's not forget, though, that this New York Mets team is one of the best teams in baseball right now. They're playing very, very well. I think in the past month here in June and now rolling into July, they've been one of the best baseball teams offensively and on the pitching staff. So definitely got to look out for this New York Mets team to hop all over Ryan Feltner in this one. But I think the Colorado Rockies will get to Christian Scott here in the bottom of the top of the first inning, I should say. That's why in game number 3 between the Colorado Rockies and the New York Mets, we are smacking the YRFI, yes runs, first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1 between the Kansas City Royals and the Boston Red Sox. We are smacking the NRFI, no runs, first inning. Game number 2 between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. We are also smacking the NRFI, no runs, first inning. In our third and final game between the Colorado Rockies and the New York Mets, we are smacking the YRFI, yes runs, first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. Helps me out a ton, and it costs you guys none. And let's absolutely have a bounce back day here after a losing day. Going 1-2, we want that 2-1, if not clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, if I get those clean sweeps, to leave those money bags in the comments. I appreciate every single one of you guys that did it yesterday when we got that clean sweep on Friday. So or Thursday, I should say, we got the clean sweep. So stick with me. The wins are coming, the winning days, and make sure to go follow me over on X at Nick Menken. Best of luck and best bets.